Coming to a theater before he leaves office, the movie W, Oliver Stone's upcoming film about President Bush. A draft of the script describes our president as, quote, a foul-mouthed, reformed drunk who is obsessed with baseball, unquote. The Hollywood Reporter sent a draft of the screenplay to 4 biographers of the president to see how accurate they thought it was. Reactions were mixed. They say specific scenes are largely based on fact, but the screenplay shows inaccurate and over-the-top caricatures of President Bush as well as his inner circle. One biographer said it really misses the mark of how the White House is run, leaving the impression that it's similar to a frat house, with everyone using nicknames and casually chatting about going off to war. Another biographer was skeptical about Stone's claim that he wants to make a fair, true portrait of the president, saying that's, quote, like Donald Trump saying he's going to be modest, unquote. Also, several of the experts say the script inaccurately depicts the president as being manipulated by his White House staff when it comes to policy decisions. Stone had no comment. One of the screenwriters says he's read 17 books about the president, and a producer on the film says, quote, we've done our homework, unquote. Stone's previous movies, JFK and Nixon, both controversial. It remains to be seen how much of an appetite the American public might have for a movie about a lame duck president, especially when there's so much interest in who the next president's going to be. W, set to begin filming in Shreveport, Louisiana this month. It already has foreign distribution deals, but so far no domestic deal in place as yet. Stone hopes to have the movie in release before President Bush leaves office. Here's the question then. Are you interested in plunking down $8 or $10 to see Oliver Stone's movie about President Bush? Go to CNN.com/Cafferty file and post a comment on my blog. Oliver Stone's making a movie about President Bush. It's called W. He wants it out before the president leaves office. Our question is, would you be interested in seeing a movie about President Bush? Chris in Hemet, California, yes, I'm very interested to see the movie. I hope it ends with Bush and Cheney being tried for crimes against humanity by an international tribunal. And I hope that when I jump up to cheer during the sentencing, I don't spill all my popcorn. Chuck in Alabama. Some of you don't take this seriously. Chuck in Alabama. What a waste of celluloid. Think we'll find this in the DVD bargain bin at Walmart for $3.99 at Christmas? Andy writes, you bet I will. President Bush, perhaps one of the most controversial figures of our time. Any interpretation of his life and administration will certainly draw interest from me and anyone engaged in contemporary political conversation and debate. Terry in North Carolina, I'd rather watch reruns of you and Chuck Scarborough on the old 6 o'clock news in New York City than see a movie about George Bush, or any Bush for that matter. Suzanne writes, having lived through the real-life drama tragedy of the last 7 years, seeing the film will not be necessary. I pop my own popcorn and try to make it through the next year. Kathy in Georgia, it's worth the price of admission to see Bush again on 9/11, reading what was probably his master's thesis, My Pet Goat. Matt writes, I've already seen the movie. I watched CNN. Bennett writes, yes, I'd like to watch the movie, but I'll probably watch the Chinese bootleg instead of going to the theater. Gasoline's too expensive. And Rob writes, W kind of looks like 2 thumbs down to me, Jack. If you didn't see your email here, you can go to my blog at CNN.com/Cafferty file and look for yours along with hundreds of others.